Stop playing the video.
I have to make it go live from this now.
Yeah.
Dismiss. Okay. Create. Okay. That should work. And yes, we are live.
We'll put on that video you're talking about.
Okay. Hello, is anybody here?
Yeah, you're live. I can see you.
You can see me?
I'm watching you on YouTube.
Okay, cool. So
play video.
Okay, I'll play a video. Let's start with the good old Impossible channel. Oh, look, we can watch ourselves stream on a stream. We have one viewer.
Hey, you gotta put a video.
I'm putting on a video. Don't be a bully. The Impossible channel. Okay, here we go. Oh, we're not subscribed yet. These are always kind of fun. Unexplained glitches. Unusual. Okay, I just want the newest one. It looks like that's this. We'll put it on and wait for people to come. Ah! Why didn't it go full screen? There we go.
Let's watch it. Oh, yeah?
Okay, awesome.
What is that, guys? It's that.
I can't hear anything.
You can't hear anything?
Nah.
This is something different.
Oh, now I can hear
It's
it.
not a son.
Hello, everybody who's in. Oh, Jay. Hi.
How's it going, everyone? Spiro here.
That is creepy.
I can't really hear it.
I know, the sound is really quiet for some reason, and it's turned up everywhere. There. Might have just been that video.
Making weird noise.
This was that video I was talking about the other night.
Do you
Like,
think
you see something fall.
that he's...
No,
So you don't think he did it?
I don't think he did it.
Oh,
Fucking Dr. Phil.
Brittany!
What's up, Britt?
Hi, Brittany.
Wait, that storm doesn't look good.
Oh, sad.
Fuck yeah, free fish for all.
I would not eat those fish.
I'd sell those fish.
It's a.
What's up,
Mom,
Christopher?
That looks like a giant, like, crocodile. Hi, Christopher.
Y en el sol brillan más, ¿ya vio?
Sí, sí, pues es lo que le digo.
How's everybody doing tonight? We're just starting off with the Impossible channel. I will send a link to that when I freaking figure this all out, because I am still a noob. I've only done this like 6 times, so cut me some slack. And we have
Mysterious
Spiro.
creature, right?
What? That looks like somebody left something in the road.
Just looks like a fucking little marsupial or something.
Of course it's a marsupial.
Noted hearing sounds.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. We only have marsupials here. You guys don't get them over there, do you?
I used to have a pet marsupial. It was a
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I had 2 sugar gliders.
Oh yeah, I know what about you. Yeah, we got them here.
Yeah, I had 2 of them, and they were so cute, and they hung out inside my shirt all day. They had a pretty sweet cage, but I took them to school with me and stuff, in my cleavage.
Gente, tá aqui mesmo. Eu descobri.
I don't think that's very safe, is it?
No, because you're supposed to like keep them in a pouch close to you. And so, like, I had a shirt that had like a under thing, and it's like they were outside my bra, so it was just like a little sack. Except when they made their little noise and started crawling around, that probably looked kind of weird.
Oh god. Fuck.
Hi, he is looking forward to this live. I'm glad you're here, Christopher. And Spiro is here with me, so I'm not doing this
Foi
alone.
madrugada de ontem,
Say hi.
hoje já fez 24 horas.
Spiro.
What is up,
Hey,
ladies
guys.
and gentlemen? This is James Clifford, and you're watching the Impossible Channel.
It's a good Saturday afternoon here, everyone.
Mysterious and strange
Friday
things have
night
been going
here.
on lately. Some of them have been captured
10
on
p.m.
camera, and today you're in for a ride. Let's go.
No, it's only 2 here in the other.
I really miss this.
Oh, hunting the dead.
Pretty simple here. We just have a nice little paranormal potty.
The dead should be easy to hunt, shouldn't they? They're not moving much, are they?
The ghosties are. That first video was weird though, with that. That was so big. That was so
ये
big.
देखिए आप कुदरत का नज़ारा, ये देखिए आप कुदरत का नज़ारा, मैं आपको ये देखिए आप
Fucking India. What doesn't happen over there?
This is from China. It's only Chinese New Year they have it.
I don't know.
So I thought I'd try it.
Cricket. Gotta love the cricket.
Somehow,
Oh,
when I
these
was
are
cooking in hot
vegetables
water,
from
the
China.
vegetables still look very shiny and nice, right? And then when I started to realize there's a
Are they
peeling
plastic?
here, so I took
Yeah,
it out
but-
the vegetable from the skin. Look at that.
Don't
Like the
vegetables
very
have
skin.
like a skin though?
I'm just putting a small thin part,
That,
see?
that looks sketchy.
What if we do have an entire invisible world out there? Things that we
Yeah.
don't fully understand. And now that we have more technology than
How's the
ever,
volume for
we
you
may be
all,
seeing
everybody?
things that we weren't supposed to, and maybe starting to understand where some of these things come from.
4 o'clock in the morning, look there. In the sky.
I want to see that in real life.
Performance, man. I'm over here on McGuinness Boulevard. See? And I just look up into the sky and I see them pretty light there.
Hey man. Rastafarian.
A strange object was caught on camera on Google Earth. You can see it is triangle shaped and it looks as if it is buried under the ground. What it is
Buried.
exactly, no one knows, but it was found in the middle of nowhere. There is no explanation to what it could be.
What, something's out in the desert, let's fucking make a video about it.
It's a
In the
triangle.
UK, a very strange light
Good
that
God,
seems
a
to be
triangle?
the sun is caught on camera in the night sky. I'm even joking. What is that, guys? It's that. But the problem is, this light is dancing around, and I'm pretty sure this isn't being caused by the sun, but I could be wrong. Leave a comment if you have ever seen
It's just
anything
light.
like this.
The fire.
That's what I thought,
Light or
but
something.
I don't know, the way it's like,
Some say that we still
Looks
have a lot.
like there's a tornado in front of it.
It is the case with this video that went
that's
viral.
like a
No one knows where
starfish.
this was taped and what creature this is.
Where's the creature? Oh.
Because it's
Yeah, I think this is just we're just watching some random shit for a little bit, then we'll get into some good shit.
I've never seen anything like this. Leave a comment if you have.
Young Buck, it's called the Impossible Channel, and they just show weird videos from around the internet. Kind of like the Daily Dose of Internet, but I don't know what that noise is. Hello?
What?
Oh.
In Rio de Janeiro,
Skype
what
just
started
made
as
a
a
weird
simple light
noise.
in the sky became one of the biggest mysteries this year.
Josh is here.
People heard rumors in the sky.
Hi, Josh.
And babes.
This is going to be the 24/7 live stream. Eventually, 24/7 live stream account. Kev will be here in a second. He's going to
Gente, eu estou
join
na Ilha do
us.
Governador, na altura aqui de Nossa Senhora das Graças. Tem no horizonte lá uma
Rio de
luz
Janeiro.
que fica parada, já está parada há mais de 10
I don't know.
minutos ali.
Sometimes this
E
channel
no
has
céu,
like I like when it
montão de
shows like the
luzes.
crazy
Luzes
weather
piscam,
phenomenons and
diminui,
stuff, but-
aumenta. Vermelho, tá conseguindo ver vermelho?
It started the night of May 13th of people seeing lights in the sky.
Aí, Juan, de novo, Juan.
In one of the videos that went viral, you can see a light in the horizon, as if something fell. The next day, people started to hear
Some guy on his
screams
computer
all
just got
over.
bored, I reckon.
Your mic is sounding
It was said
fuzzy.
that it was coming from one of the industries that was having a birthday party, but no one knows if that
We
was
can't
it for
have
sure.
a super chat on this channel. It sucks because we have to have more subscribers first. So we're gonna keep trying to get more and more subs in, and then one day, hopefully, we'll have super chat on here.
It was when smoke was seen coming out of one of the mountains that people started to doubt if it
But how are you guys doing?
For now,
tonight?
just enjoy the content for free.
Exactly. But I'm
Several
Nikki.
videos
For anybody who
dropped
doesn't
over
know,
that region
I'm here with
surfaced the
Spiro.
internet, and
Well,
people
he's
in
on
that
the other
town
side of
started
the
to
world,
question what the
but
heck is
Spiro
going on.
is also on
Yeah, I'm down under, but I'm here tonight. Oh, today for you, or tonight for you guys.
There was even a video of a person
today for
who
you. It's
supposedly
Saturday
went
for
through
him,
a blockade
Friday for some
that
of
was
us.
being done by one of the industries to get access to this place.
That looks like the same thing they had underwater.
In this video, you can see a round metallic object of what's supposed to be something that fell from the sky. Now, taking into consideration that in the previous night, several objects were taped by different people all over.
No, this looks pretty
I
sus.
believe that this is not a satellite
Yeah.
or something like that. Whatever it was, it
This
remains
hasn't
a
been-
mystery.
Oh, see, like, stuff like this is cool to see, like, when, like, super intense weather formations and,
Yeah, we don't get them much here, but when they do happen, they're fucking awesome.
yeah. I keep hearing about this mysterious sounds coming from the sky, but it's like,
Yeah, they're called fucking birds.
There are
That
quite a
was
few
kinda
strange
creepy.
sightings out there, and this is one of them. Taped a couple of years ago, maybe more.
I
a
like how
strange
they
figure
spelled
hides
cemetery.
behind one of the stones in the cemetery. What's intriguing
Me
about
good
this video
England
is that
speller,
there's
yes?
nothing abrupt about it. It simply happens, and if it weren't pointed out, no one will actually see this strange figure
Homeland
behind one of the
Conspiracy, I'm
stones.
so glad
And
you're
this is
watching
what makes
Deadbug
me think that
Says.
this video
He's
might
the
actually
best.
be real.
We're gonna actually play a Deadbug video soon. First, Spiro showed me a cool video that I think we should watch, so we're gonna do that. We're just waiting for people to come and have this on in the meantime. Watching impossible videos.
Look at that. What is that? Jamie, look at that.
They say lightning never strikes the same place twice. Many subscribers have been sending videos lately of
Lightning always strikes the same place twice. That's why they have lightning rods on top of buildings. Fucking retards.
Welcome,
Maybe the case for this
LC.
video.
We're glad to
Check this
have you here. We're glad you found us too.
Here comes another one. Look.
Some people believe that these objects come to recharge during these storms.
Hey, do any of you guys like DB Cooper?
It's still a mystery where they came from and where are they going to.
In English, he said, "Does anybody like
Werewolves.
DB Cooper?"
I'm not too sure if I believe in them, but I'm pretty sure that the legend must have some truth to it.
Just kidding.
If there's any tape out there that could be legit of a werewolf,
I can hang up anytime I fucking want. I'm joking.
in São Gonçalo do Campo,
Oh,
in
do I have
Brazil.
my chat open?
This actually
Yes, it
aired
is open.
on the news a couple of years ago.
Viu? Muito forte. Ou pra cima pro ombro, ele é todo encorpado assim forte.
He had a big body.
There was something roaming the town. It wasn't human and it wasn't animal.
That looks
It was
like
something else.
This looks like a
UFO
bear.
Footage that surfaced
it could
from
be a
the
bear.
town at that time.
A drop bear.
Probably some drug dealer's bear escaped.
In a video sent
That
by a
just looks like
subscriber,
a-
you can see a very
somebody
strange
in,
object.
Yeah, it's some fucking drug dealer in Brazil got lost his fucking bear. It's simple.
At first,
Where
there's nothing
is
to see.
DB Cooper? That
Cars,
is a
person
great
taking a picture
question.
in Spain. But as we take a closer look, a very strange and very
But
fast
apparently
object
this
can be
video
seen in
we're
the
gonna
back.
watch, this guy was like better
If we
than
compare the
DB
car
Cooper.
speed and the object speed, it's
Except
very, very
not,
much
because
faster than
didn't
anything
he-
I've ever
I think he
seen.
got
It's not
caught,
a drone
so
because
that
it doesn't
wasn't
make
good.
any noise. Whatever it is,
Yeah, but he got out.
Oh,
it's
Kev's
even to
here!
be seen in a normal picture or video. Leave a
Kev.
comment. What do you think this could be?
Am I not logged in on the right thing?
That is, oh my god, that is beast. What are they doing?
I don't know.
I think we're getting abducted by aliens tomorrow, Dad.
Minneapolis.
That looks like headlights.
You don't see that very often.
Sometimes they have like pretty decent videos on here that are like, whoa, that was weird, but this one hasn't been so great.
So what are they doing?
Yeah, they had like a sketch drawing of DB Cooper from like the flight crew that fucking saw him.
Hi, Kevin! I'm trying to make you a mod. There we go. You are now a mod on your other channel.
That was it for today, folks. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, I'll leave some links under the description.
Alright, so that was the Impossible channel. For anybody who wants to check that out, I will put that in the chat somehow.
The unknown observers turned up. G'day, mate. Nice to finally, for you to finally hear me voice.
Josh, he lived a good life. So
No, apparently because like all the money, they had the serial numbers. It was never found to be in circulation.
yeah, but
You gotta
maybe
take
he
this
went.
back.
Maybe he went like somewhere else, not in the United States.
Yeah, but that money would have to come back to America eventually if it was used in an exchange.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a good mystery. Should we watch? No, I don't have a video about that right now. So we're gonna watch this video because Spiro showed it to me and it's pretty interesting. This guy's channel, As the Key Turns. I guess he was a prison guard at...
Yeah, he was a prison guard at the federal prison that took over from Alcatraz when Alcatraz shut down.
Thank you. And yeah, Spiro knows
Yeah,
more
ATX
about
Lawrence
it. So
took
you
over
tell
it. Like,
about
it's
it.
not,
Tell
yeah,
them
it's
about
no longer a maximum security.
Sorry, I totally just coughed. There we go. Okay, so what did you say? They took over after Alcatraz when they shut down Alcatraz?
Yeah, when Alcatraz shut down, USP Marion opened up.
Okay. And so
And this is from USP Marion.
Alright, so As the Key Turns is the channel. I want to share it with you, but I can't open the chat on this at the same time because it's confusing right now, and just, yeah, you see it.
I want to tell you about Martin J. McNally. And Martin, I know you're watching this video because it's the kind of stuff that you do. If the man is still alive, he's doing something right now. He's got to be about 80 years old. And the last I heard about him, he lived in St. Louis. And at least in January of 2017, he lived in St. Louis.
My name is not important, but my story is. I was a government employee for over 30 years. I retired from UST Marion not long ago. The names of all the prison employees have been changed for their safety.
Here's what Martin did. He's a guy that hijacked an airplane in 1972 in St. Louis, and he kept flying back and forth and got about $500,000
He
in
looks
cash.
so dweeby.
And he told me about this. I think he's the only inmate that would ever completely discuss the crime that sent him to Marion with me. Everybody else was cagey about it, and they didn't know anything. But this Martin McNally, he knew he was caught. He was sentenced to double life, and he was never going to get out of prison, so why not talk about it? And what he done is he got this $500,000, and they threw it out of the airplane, and he jumped out of the airplane, and he thought that at the time when he hit that slipstream that he was about to die. He thought his eyeballs were going to get ripped out. I mean, he said he just was
He was a
flung.
fucking air
And
pirate.
he ended up in a field somewhere in Indiana, and he said he had a broken leg, he said, and he eventually escaped. And he thought that...
I like that. Fucking air pirate. I want to be an air pirate.
Some farmer found it and turned it in.
Fuck yeah, that sounds
Then to
awesome.
make matters worse, as far as he was concerned, apparently left...
Give me a ransom, R.
The FBI figured it out, because he was a Navy
Welcome,
vet.
Eddie,
They matched it up,
forehand.
and then they ended up catching him, and he got 2 life sentences for air
Eddie
pirate.
forehand, what's up, mate?
At the time he was in the bureau,
How are
he
you
tried
this
to escape
evening? How's
4
everybody
times.
doing?
So they sent him to Marion.
Is everybody
because we were
having a good
supposedly
day?
escape-proof.
It's the
Him and a guy
weekend.
named Garrett Trapnell
Is everybody's
talked some
cities
girl
back open?
into hijacking an aircraft, a Bell helicopter, right down here at the Williamson County airport, and she ends up flying it right onto the prison grounds to pick up this Trapnell and McNally. Well, the pilot, he was hijacked. He was captured. He wasn't in on it. It wasn't his fault that he was there. She was holding a gun on him. Well, the gun towers told him that they were going to fire on him if he attempted to take off. So him and the girl got into a fight, and during the struggle, a gun went off and she died. So really, McNally is not entirely responsible, because this girl is responsible for her own actions, but he put her up to the actions, him and Trapnell, to that eventually ended up in her death. So he very well deserved his 2 life sentences. And he hijacked that flight, American Air 119, on the 23rd of June 1972. That's another thing about prison, see, is things freeze in prison. They don't progress. If a guy committed a crime and was sentenced to 19, life sentences in 1962, for him it's always like 1962, because he really doesn't get out. So things like this...
Hey man, can't you just let me out of prison, man?
Like a hippie from 1972. He reminded me of a hippie from 1972. And McNally came to us because of these escape attempts, and then he attempted to escape while he was with us. That's 5 attempted escapes. He eventually got parole, if you can believe it or not, with 2 life sentences and 5 attempted escapes. So when people say, well, we're sentencing a guy to life, it's not really going to sentence a guy to life. Now, he spent 44 years behind bars for this hijacking. So
yeah, you fucking hijacked a plane, you dickhead. Of course you're gonna do time. Fuck.
He survived it.
I think they call
came
it air
through the
pirates
Supermax
terrorists
security
now.
penitentiary.
Oh, I'm probably not allowed to say that word
to tell
on
the tale
YouTube.
on the outside. That's a rarity, and
gonna
in a
take
way,
our
it's a
channel
compliment
down.
to his intelligence, because the average muscle-headed moron that we got couldn't have possibly convinced anyone to let them loose, but McNally did. when he was with us, he was constantly studying and doing things. I don't know if he's the most intelligent inmate that I've ever dealt with, but he's certainly one of the most. And as far as I know, the most.
Yeah, John Gotti was at this jail, and this guy does a video on how he was there when John Gotti got beaten up by another inmate
while he was in prison. So he was a very bright.
Is there a video on that
he
too?
was always looking
to
circumvent
I'll have to look that
or
up.
either security or other procedures that we did.
Quality.
He was a slippery one. No wonder they sent him to Marion.
My kitchen table.
Because he was a pain in the butt. And Marion was the only people that could really handle the guy.
Oh, look at that cunt. Like, you wouldn't even bother searching it.
When we were in G Unit, him and I, one time was stealing some of his, one of his money-making schemes that he had going. And I didn't realize this, but we figured out he was making money on the stock market and things while currently incarcerated. I've never heard of anybody that before, but this.
Yeah, once we get
Martin
this
did.
running
Now he
24/7, it's gonna be super awesome. You just have to get more people in.
And he decided that I took his.
And Kev's gonna be doing it. Jay's gonna be doing it. We're still trying to get that figured out.
And he was gonna make
Spiro
lots of
said
money
he
doing
would
it.
guest host.
And,
We'll see
at
if
the
he'll do
time,
his own
I thought he was just a
eventually.
crackpot, and you're
What do you
gonna make a lot of
think?
money.
I don't want the responsibility.
Incarcerated.
This
We'll
story
see.
and
We'll
others
see about
have
that.
never seen the light of day until now. Subscribe to hear more. If you like this video,
Yeah, subscribe to him. He's a good cat.
always remember that I tell you this
I'm
at
trying
personal
to
risk.
share
Just like the
his,
mafia, we have our own code. Talking is forbidden for
channel
both
in
groups.
the chat
They
right
have
now.
the witness protection program. I
There
have
we go.
nothing. When I choose to break my silence, I choose to walk alone
Copy
forever.
Alright, so this is that video, if anybody wants to check it out. Oh, I need to turn the subtitles on. Just thought about that. Okay, so what else were we gonna do?
Show the Chopper interview.
Bibble Boo! Oh, the Chopper.
Hey, Bibble Boo.
That's right. So this one, where is my Discord? Did I already have it open? I swear I did. Okay, I'll just pull. There it is.
Maybe, mate. Maybe, Kev. Maybe one day.
Okay, let's make this big.
Oh, before you play it, let us just explain this guy a little bit.
Okay.
He's a well-known criminal in Australia. Like, he's actually, like, everyone sort of loves him. This was in, like, the early 90s, between the time he was actually not in jail. But, yeah, this is an actual interview that aired live on TV.
Alright, so here we go. Live TV interview with Mark Chopper Reed.
Oh, it wasn't live. Sorry, it wasn't live, but it was aired on TV.
Oh, yeah. I think I put live in there. Oh, I'm not used to smoking, and I ran out of edibles.
Mark Brandon Reed, also known as Chopper Reed, has spent 17 of his 37 years on
Yeah, it's Spiro
on the
here.
wrong side of the law. When he was released from jail last year, he wrote a best-selling book and said he was finished with crime. 10 days ago, Chopper Reed told me the same thing, face to face.
Yeah, Bibble Boo, I got Spiro in here. So we have some thunder from down under.
Those things he's referring to are a long list of ugly crimes.
Petty rubbish to murder, arson, malicious wounding.
Has he given up a life of crime? Just 4 days after this interview, Mark Brandon Chopper Reed was once again arrested.
No, he didn't.
This time with attempted murder. It happened right here in Evandale, the tiny village in Tasmania that Chopper frequents to drink at the Bell. It is alleged Sydney Michael Collins left the hotel with Chopper, and 15 minutes later, Collins was maliciously wounded. Could Chopper have done it? Well, he is one of Australia's most notorious criminals.
Holy shit, she
Honestly.
does look like the governor from Michigan.
Chopper then demonstrated the accuracy of his marksmanship.
I'm a very, very good shot. Would you like me to show you how good a shot I am?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll get my young assistant, Trent. Grab that bottle.
Yeah, Eric Banner plays Chopper in a fucking movie.
Play by the hour.
Once Chopper got started, there was no stopping him.
You want me to-
Movie's called Chopper.
You want to show you? All right, hold it up clear. Hang on, just see if the gun works first. Oh, the gun works nicely. Yep, I'm a crack shot.
So how long's it taken you to be a shot like that?
Oh, well, most of my life.
Chopper started a new life in Tasmania primarily because it has the laxest gun laws in the country. Why does he have so many guns? He claims there are as many as 25 contracts out on his life.
There's two serious ones. The rest are all jokes. Don't worry about them. The contracts that the Italians put out on me, they're just good for a giggle.
But it's not only for reasons of
For a giggle,
self-protection
mate.
that Chopper insists on surrounding himself with so much weaponry.
Because I have a great interest in keeping the rabbit population down. I feel it is my duty to keep the rabbit population
Yes,
down.
Gav, she was.
I know a lot of human rabbits too.
While in Pentridge prison, Chopper alleges he cut off his own ears in an attempt to be removed from H Division. You don't have ears
All
like
right,
Mickey
I'll
Mouse.
Wait till the end of the-
Tell us what happened to your
You'll
ears.
Take over,
Yeah.
Spiro.
If I shot you in the kneecap, Renee,
Yeah.
we're entering Logie territory.
And now the end of this video gets good. Classic.
You're the only journalist that's ever had a crack at my ears, you cheeky young bugger.
And he was removed from H Division to hospital. Was it to prove a point to a warden?
No, just to prove to get out of H Division. And then everyone else thought there was something to be gained, and they all started cutting off their ears.
All H
A couple of
Division.
characters cut off their and I bailed out of the gang. When the dicky birds start hitting the pavement, I'm out. That's it. Me, I'm gone, finished.
Yeah, my uncle had one of those rifles that he
Cutting
sold.
off people's toes. This was one of the tortures through which Chopper made money and a name for
I'm
himself.
back.
I always thought the removal of toes with a bolt cutter was rather humane. As I said to a mate of mine, Linus Patrick,
Fucking hell.
I thought that cutting people's toes off with a bolt cutter was rather puffy. I thought it was rather effeminate.
Why is that?
I like a blowtorch, the smell of burning flesh in the ears.
He claims he's never tortured or murdered an innocent person. He says there was only one group he preyed upon.
Scumbags, basically people I didn't like, drug dealers, heroin dealers, people who had...
Yeah, that's pretty true. He did just fuck with drug dealers.
Made a lot of money,
Honesty
killed a lot of
official,
people.
hello.
They had no right to the money. I had no money. So bugger them. Why should I stand on the footpath with me in my hand while I shouldn't say that, should I? While these people drive past in their Mercedes coupes and wearing $20,000 Rolex watches and making a lot of money. Why should I have nothing?
Yeah,
while all these
fucking
days
too right, mate. Too fucking right.
Third world brown types make a fortune out of heroin.
Ever thought of getting a job?
Oh, no. Perish the thought. No, I have applied for work.
Perishes.
Yeah.
So, how would you describe yourself? What is the job or trade you've been doing for the last 10 years? Or more?
Garbage disposal. Garbage disposal. Sanitary engineer.
Like, he did an anti-domestic violence ad once. That's fucking funny.
Stabbed with a 8.5-inch butcher's knife here.
What for?
Look at his cute little tattoos.
All sorts of things. Twice there. Ice pick straight through the heart there.
Oh, shit.
Stanley knife across there. Stanley knife across there. Stanley knife. Stanley knife. Stanley knife here.
Same here, Chris. Same here, Chris.
Ice pick here. Stanley knife.
He's even tried to remove some of these tattoos with a blowtorch himself. The blowtorch was also his preferred.
Yeah, this guy's fucking nutted.
It's reasonably easy. He just takes a flame, a foot, take the shoe off, give it a tickle. Like me to show you?
I'd prefer it if you explained it. In his heyday in the Melbourne criminal underworld, Chopper played Russian roulette with a loaded gun for fun.
Oh yeah, this is a good bit.
And when I told Chopper I thought he was a sociopath...
I'm not a sociopath at all. Nothing wrong with me.
Mark Chopper Reed has been remanded in custody and will appear in court again.
Oh, they don't show it.
10, when a new chapter in his life will begin. Watch
Just
it
like they might.
be part of his story. I'll bring you a full report on the life and crimes.
Oh, you played Russian roulette with her.
At a later
Ah.
date.
Now, when Renee Brack joined the team,
Oh, yeah, no, this
she
is a
had
bit.
no idea that one of her stories would make headlines on almost 200 television stations across the United States. Now, have a listen to how Hard Copy America introed her first story on Chopper Reed.
You'd have to search far and wide to find the most dangerous man in America, let alone the world. But meet Chopper Reed. A woman faced him down in his hideout on an island off Australia. The real Tasmanian devil.
But there's one scene the Americans didn't see, and neither did viewers in Australia.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a slug in this gun.
Hold
You're going to
on.
take my word for it that there's a slug in this gun.
I don't think so, Josh.
One shot to my head. One shot to Renee's. Are you ready, Renee?
I don't think I want to play.
Ready, Renee?
Are you ready? You don't want to play. Bad luck.
That's fic. Yeah, he also did a tell-all interview 3 weeks before he died and just admitted to some murders.
That Sheila hooked up with him off camera.
Alright, next video.
Okay, what were we gonna watch? We had... Oh, we are gonna talk about the North Hollywood shooting.
Yeah, shootout. North Hollywood shootout.
Yes, shootout, sorry. The dogs
Yeah,
were
that's
just
why your
barking
cops
at
carry
them.
around military-grade weapons.
Yeah, so apparently, yeah, this guy is the reason these guys are the reason that cops get to carry automatic weapons now.
God bless America.
But the whole like thing is pretty badass. We're gonna like watch videos of like intense. I can't remember what it's called right now.
I'll be back in a sec.
Okay. But I have some other videos that we can watch, and I want to see. Does anybody have anything they want to see? Kev, it's crazy, right? Like, there's this part of the North Hollywood shootout where the two of them just, like, come out and they know they're fucked and they, like, look at each other and there's just that look. And you know, it's like, they're just like, fuck it. And they just start shooting and it was like, had the bullets that could pierce through the armor they had, and yeah, it changed a lot of shit, but I haven't been able to find a good video on it. The Miami shootout, I don't think I've seen that. Let's look it up. It's probably just gonna bring up the Miami shooting. Nigel, stop. Kevin, what year did the Miami shootout happen?
Yeah, how hectic's the bit at the end of the shootout where the guy just sits down behind the car and says goodbye to the world?
Oh, here we go. The North Hollywood shootout. CNN. Would CNN?
Nah, not that one. Fuck that off.
What? I don't know what to pick. Okay, we're looking at the Miami shootout. Let's type in the North Hollywood shootout because I haven't seen a good video on it. Besides, I've seen like the actual whole footage, but
oh yeah, the Miami shootout was with those two Colombian dudes in the back of the truck at the something mall.
The something
mall. Yeah, it was in oh, there was that doco, that Cocaine Cowboys.
I don't know if I saw that.
You haven't seen Cocaine Cowboy? Oh, that's fucking epic.
I don't think I have. I'm trying.
It's got Griselda Blanco.
I don't know who that is.
She was a big time coke dealer in America.
Oh, what a badass bitch.
Yeah, she was one of the most dangerous. She didn't take well to fucking betrayal.
North Hollywood Shootout Part 1. Murder with Friends. Can we get away with watching this? Let's see.
Let's talk about
Oh.
The Miami-Dade Shootout, I think it's called.
Squarespace. That's right.
Apparently
we have a sponsor now, and that sponsor is Squarespace. And right now, Squarespace is partnering with TYT, our parent network, and they're going to be offering up a 10% discount of your first trial. Squarespace is an awesome website where you can design your very own personalized website.
No, she was working for Pablo in America. She didn't take over from Pablo.
All just her
discount. I can't wait to see what you guys are working on.
Yeah, piss this bitch off.
Masked out me from that 4-person.
Oh, sorry for my language. I should probably settle down a bit.
Himself at the end of it. I remember seeing
I
that
don't think
footage
anybody minds your language.
when I was like
I
around
think
7
you're
or 8,
okay.
and it really stuck with me
All
as
right.
something like that would.
I don't know.
Well, fuck you cunts.
You naughty Australian.
Wait, we were a bunch of fucking prisoners. What do you expect?
Robbie Davis.
You're lucky I haven't fucking robbed yous.
I have never even heard of Pop Trigger. Is it good? What is this channel?
I've heard of the movie.
You're cutting out. Hold on.
Oh, don't worry. We'll watch some.
Okay, there we go.
Videos.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out what to watch because I wanted to show a video on the North Hollywood shooting, but I don't know. I think we're losing Spiro. Are you there?
What?
I hear you.
Me?
It's like every other word. We'll wait and
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, there you go. You're back. You're back. Oh, it's buffering. Did I get in trouble? Did I get a copyright strike?
What?
What's happening? It's my internet. Crap it.
Just for video to keep the crowd happy.
Freaking out.
We can't upset the unknown observers.
No, I'm trying to get it to work, but it's just buffering on the... Oh, is it working now? Okay, well... So I've got my random videos we can watch. Should I just like randomly click on one? Oh, there's a polygamist mom. The Granny Killer, that was another one. Thank you. See, you're supposed to be helping me do this. An assistant.
Yeah, no, the Granny Killer. This dead bug video is like, mate, it's set right near where I live. It's in Sydney, Australia.
I'm glad.
Like, we've won somewhere. There's one. What's that?
I'm glad it wasn't your granny.
Yeah, nah, she was pretty badass.
I bet. Oh.
Fucking TYT. Of course! I'm Trank Ruger.
What was that? don't know what just happened. Okay, here we go.
Josh, I am the deep state, mate. I am the fucking deep state.
Okay, so anybody who doesn't know who Deadbug is, I don't know why you're here. But he's the best, but he's pretty graphic and unapologetic.
Language warning.
Like language warning, graphic warning, nudity warning, don't be a bitch warning.
Oh shit, I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
I play this shit.
Oh, the pie car. The pie car's hilarious. You'll see the pie car.
The pie car.
God damn it, it's so Australian, it's fucking hilarious.
Is the volume not playing?
I can't hear it.
Oh, here we go. Something. Yeah, there's something wrong with the volume.
I'll pause it.
At some point
Oh, there we
in
go.
this life,
Yeah, that's better.
everybody has got an itch that they need to scratch sooner or later. Whether you resist it or not depends on
Josh says to log off Pornhub, Spiro.
Never, never.
In a quiet, leafy suburb of Sydney, Australia, when old ladies started showing up molested and dead. And not always in that order. And I guess it had the detectives baffled. Because it weren't the sort of itch actually come across. Now I ain't one to judge. Because judging ain't my business. But one would think that if you were to go out and commit such a heinous crime, that you'd go for the prime rib and not the gristle.
What a fucking... Oh shit.
Now she's safe with the angels.
So fucking brutal. I fucking love it.
No. It's amazing. The volume's still a little
Like,
quiet
I
for
seriously
me.
paid him. He's been recording my phone.
I'm deep state.
Yeah, the monster.
Gwendolyn Mitchell Hill were returning home from shopping.
Yes.
In one of the safest suburbs of Sydney. No one expected her to end up dead. But she did.
Yeah, I live like, Mossman is like fucking 25-minute drive for me.
It looked like a retard had been given haircuts with a chainsaw. And they took about $200 out of her purse.
I forgot to do that.
Robbery gone
I
wrong.
remembered now.
Why would they
My
think
brain
anything
works.
else? There'd been a report of a skateboarder in the area, and they figured
Like a retard giving haircuts with a chainsaw.
skateboard when she got gratuity. But when the next old crow showed up, that fucked up that theory. Winifreda Ashton.
That's yeah, Sydney.
Of a building complex. Her brains were bashed out all over the floor. She was
Yeah, can you put
strangled by
subtitles on?
pantyhose, and her underwears were around her ankles.
I put subtitles on. Do you not see it?
This seemed to be more than a robbery.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
I know what you're thinking, but I ain't gonna say that. It's disrespectful. Witnesses say they saw a druggie in the area with bad teeth and shabbily dressed.
Hey, honestly, can you hear this?
This is Australia, and 80% of them are shabbily dressed and have. But at this point, a menopausal minge-munching maniac weren't even a consideration.
Are you using your grinder?
Just too sick to think about. And detectives noted the brutality of the attack. Ahead of
Oh, it was the Billy.
times it were like guacamole.
It was the Billy.
That seemed more than
The Billy
financially
Bong.
or sexually motivated. The creeps' reasons, the kangaroo cops, were forced with the reality that may
Kangaroo
be a serial
fucking
killer
cop.
on
Fuck
the
you, man.
streets, a sick individual who had a
Calm
hard on for society's most vulnerable. That's too close. That's... Sorry about that. I have sensitive eyes. Around Wednesday,
Oh, Sydney Town, mate. That's all Sydney Town.
Pensioner Doris Cox.
I've walked those streets.
Post office and to get her budgie some food.
Forced me a bit of mischief.
You're a little bit echoey.
Into an alleyway, viciously beaten.
Am I?
And molested.
Sounds a little better. That sounds better now.
Fucked so hard. Paramedics said that it looked like she'd given birth.
Holy shit.
Whoa, you fuck.
But miraculously, she survived the horrific attack. But unfortunately, she was useless to the kangaroo cops because she had Alzheimer's and couldn't remember what she had for lunch. Much less who tried to kill her. Now all of Australia were talking about a serial killer who had a taste for the wiry stuff. Instead of lock up your daughter, they will now lock up your nan. Because everyone carrying a free bus pass had an invite to the abyss.
We believe there are similarities in relation to the
okay, that was brutal.
Definitely, Josh Randall. I'm not used to smoking weed, but Utah decided that they only have flour right now and no edibles. So this is my medicine right now.
Next dropped at a retirement village where people go to die. So I guess it didn't disappoint.
Yeah, Belrose. That's right near me. That's like a 15-minute drive from my house.
When she was savagely
beaten.
My grandma lived about 10 minutes from me when that happened.
It could have been your granny.
Nah, my grandpa was there. He was a fucking staunch guy. He wouldn't let it happen.
Good.
Where the killer had a little fun, then left. The Down Under detectives were officially baffled. A minge munches.
So if we're down under, does that mean you're up over?
Victims, batters them to death with a blunt object, then ties them up with their own pantyhose, and then he eats them out, lickety-split, leaving no DNA behind. But
my neighbors
the
are
meat
being
squad
so
could even
loud.
clean up the crime scene. The killer got a nut that he needed to scratch.
Good evening and welcome to News World. And sadly, for the second time in 24 hours, the unthinkable has happened. Another old lady has been murdered, battered to
It's
death
interesting,
on her own
right?
doorstep in broad daylight. Sydney has a monster on
It's
the loose
different,
who singles out
Kev,
the
it's
most defenseless.
different.
Now 4 elderly women are dead and 1 is still suffering.
The latest killing happened here at the Wesley Gardens Retirement Centre at Belrose in Sydney's northern suburbs. At first, nursing staff thought the victim had died.
Northern Beaches, you dumb cunt.
I have been to Zion National Park many times in my life. It is very beautiful.
81-year-old Olive
Sounds
Cleveland
Jewish.
didn't have a chance.
It sounds
In front of a
Mormon.
nursing home, just like the others, and strangled by a pantyhose and finger fucked. She also had her wallet stolen. The suburbs of Sydney now had the Merlot of geriatrics flowing down its gutters. The Australian government were fed up by someone killing their national treasures. So they offered a $200,000 reward, 5th for each granny, which is a surprisingly good deal in the 80s economy. And everybody started knocking on the cops' front door, wondering what they were gonna do about the problem. I guess the public were getting
Yeah, wait till you see the bloke that was doing it, man. He was fucking... he had a pie car, man. A fucking pie car. Who has a pie car?
What is a pie car?
The large turnout
You'll see, you'll see.
is a strong indication of the fear among the elderly that the killer will strike again.
Well, that last lady that was...
It was so close to
It was
home
very
for
close
us,
to
you
us. And we are, well, we're not totally altogether frightened, but, I mean, we are. Well, we'd like some security.
But I guess
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Muriel Faulkner
YouTube won't let you say orgasm.
which is too bad, because it
I'm
looks like
saying
she
it.
at least had another 1 or 2
Hit
good
the channel,
years
go
of
down.
life in her.
I'm gonna try that now.
I think so.
Splattered her brains like a goddamn
Let me say it.
melon. An Australian melon. And this attack
Orgasm.
was vicious so far. It were at this time the police switchboard started lighting up like a retard wearing a polyester pantsuit playing with matches. And they all had a tale to tell about a grey-haired man who dressed like a
He's got it in for those fucking spackers, doesn't he?
finger fucked the patients and left one terminal.
Yeah, that's when my grandpa grew up. Oh no, my dad and grandpa, they grew up in that area.
After giving her a cervical checkup. So now, as if being old weren't bad enough, there were a finger-licking fucker loose on the streets of Sydney. And were a goddamn nightmare.
A finger fucker on the
I don't know how to make my own edibles. It's something I should definitely learn how to do.
And spoke to a nurse who said she'd remembered seeing a man, a pie salesman, whose company sold meat pies to the care home, wearing a doctor's jacket and carrying a clipboard, leaving a patient's room. And she thought nothing of it, and that he was known as the Pie Man because he drove a pie-shaped car. When the Dingo detectives investigated, they figured out the fish and finger
Dingo
pie
detective
man with John Wayne Glover, and the company that he worked for
I'll be right back.
delivered pies in all the same areas where the old bags had been murdered. And what made it sweeter were that Glover had 2 previous convictions for indecently assaulting
Glover, man.
old ladies. It were then
Glover's gone undercover to get your granny.
canvassing every
Glover.
old age home in Sydney. And surprise, surprise, Glover liked old pussy as much as he liked his pie.
Fucking pig.
Because every old bag had a story about the Don Juan who drove a pie. So detectives phoned Glover's work and made an appointment to speak to him the next day. And surprise, surprise, he didn't show up. So they went to his house and spoke to his wife. It was then that she notified them that the fish and finger pie man had just attempted to take his own life by swallowing a couple of bottles of antidepressants.
What a funny
drank
guy.
copious amounts of booze and lay in the bath, waiting to slip into the abyss. But she interrupted his little journey and took him to the hospital. But he'd also left a suicide note that he'd written when he was drunk that made very little sense, except a line that said, "No more grannies."
What the fuck?
By the time detectives got their shit together and made it to the hospital, the interview
That's pretty hard to kill all of them.
and they still didn't have a case.
Like, I'd choose a more achievable goal if I was set out on that kind of a thing.
But the Dingo detectives weren't gonna be
The Dingo detectives.
They knew they had their man. They put Glover under surveillance. But he were clever and had a feeling.
Yeah, you see, play dingoes as our detectives. It's just them. You don't have to pay them, you just feed them.
Impressive considering he was driving a pie. So the
Oh my god!
put a tracking device
It's a pie car!
because they knew sooner or later.
What did I say? What did I fucking say?
And with a bounty now on his head, soon everybody be looking for
Serial killer in a pie car. Come on, man. That's fucking gold.
when investigators did a background check.
Like, he could be coming back with fucking blood on him and just sauce. That's the sauce for the pie, man. That's tomato sauce.
And there've been rumors of sexual improprieties between the two of them. That he'd recently suffered from impotence. That's a tough break, but might explain why he liked to munch minge. But I guess that didn't make much of a dip when his pie-mobile pulled up to the curb of the house of his last victim.
There's no way he turns up and kill someone in a pie car. That's ridiculous.
To 60-year-old divorcee Joan Sinclair, who were a Weltons of Glovers. But after 3 hours with no activity in the house and a dog barking loudly, they started to get worried. So not wanting to blow this, raided in for a local squad car to come and knock on the door. and tell them there'd been a complaint about a dog barking. But when the squad car got there and knocked, there was no answer. They panicked. They broke into the house of Joan Sinclair. And there she were, dead. The man beside her, looking like a goddamn religious icon. And while they went inside, the pie man snuck out the back, climbed into his pie mobile, and sped off.
You are right. Okay, Florida or Australia is Florida as a country.
Detectives this afternoon charged a 58-year-old man.
Yeah, the fucking ridiculous shit happens here on a daily basis. It's fucking hilarious.
About 3 blocks from the murder scene. I guess no matter how fast your car goes, you can't get very far when it's shaped like a giant pie. When they arrested him, he didn't say too much. Except, she's a real beaut. But
what can you say when you're fucking caught and driving around in a pie? Murdering old women.
Diagnosing so-called granny killer John Glover as mentally ill. The defense is arguing that Glover is not guilty on 6 charges of murder on the grounds of diminished responsibility.
In an interview,
Glover were real helpful. And he showed the cops where he got rid of any evidence and told them how he planned the murders. But I don't think that made anybody dislike him less. Turns out, psychologists said that Glover had a pathological hatred for his mother and his mother-in-law. And he got all stinky finger with him because it were all about humiliation and on account of him being impotent. But I guess that didn't matter too much to the families who had their loved ones stolen from them. The court gave Glover a life sentence, with the judge making the
Yeah, life actually means life down here.
never be able to eat a pie again. Which I guess if you love pie, that can be distressing.
Sydney serial killer John Wayne Glover has died in prison. The man known as the Granny Killer was found dead today in a shower block at Lithgow Jail. He'd hanged himself.
Oh, Lithgow Jail, mate. Mate, I've been to Lithgow Jail.
Denied the Reaper so many lost souls. Figure what difference would one more make?
I cannot believe that that is real. Like, I can't believe I haven't seen that one. I thought I'd seen all Dead Bug. I feel so... I haven't even, like... Oh, I'm not on my channel, so... I'm on the other channel. Okay. Let's see. What else were we going to show? I still want to look more into that North Hollywood thing.
Yeah, if you can't find something, you know that Chopper bloke, he did a tell-all interview just before he died.
Oh, we were going to do the McAfee thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, okay, aye.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, aye. I don't think, yeah, it is that one. That,
Yeah, just play part 1.
yes. So one, if you guys like this, we'll play more. I didn't know that much about John McAfee. I just knew about the Mictware and that it was virus scan software. And yeah, so this is the guy who started it, and he is an fucking character. So here we go.
Gosh, our killers don't get caught very often.
Hold on, it's like echoing out. One sec. We're on like a lag thing. Okay, I think it stopped.
This is John McAfee, and he's lived one hell of a life. He's the creator of the McAfee antivirus software.
Rugby league, mate. Rugby league. There's 2 different ones, rugby union and rugby league.
Jungle compound was raided by police's gang suppression unit. because they thought he was cooking up meth. Then 6 months later, he became an international fugitive after his neighbor was found dead and he was named as the lead suspect. Following storm, he was arrested by Interpol in Guatemala for illegal...
Pretty much the same game, just different fucking rules.
With some quick thinking, he managed to escape being deported back to Belize by faking a heart attack. This gave his lawyer enough time to file an appeal so he can return to the United States instead. Now, if that sounds crazy, and it does, get this. A couple of years later, he ran for president.
Oh,
all right, so is it official? Are you running for president? Have you filed the papers to run for president?
I filed the papers on Tuesday. I'm officially running, yes, ma'am.
People say libertarians are isolationists.
That intro barely scratches the surface of the absolute insanity that has been John McAfee's life.
This isn't the end.
Give you the who, what, where, when, and why in as little words as possible. So he was born in England on September 18th, 1945. A little while later, his family moved to Roanoke, Virginia. He did a degree in mathematics. Then he started working for a string of tech companies and government agencies. NASA, Xerox, Booz Allen Hamilton, to name a few. He's constantly losing jobs during this time because of drugs and booze.
I'm tripping, man. I'm fucking tripping. I'm sober.
He adds that he lost his job at Missouri Pacific
How are those
Railroad after
Coronas?
showing up to work after doing a whole bag of DMT. Oh yeah, there's this great...
What Coronas? I don't drink alcohol. Perish the thought.
That they gave you security clearance, I guess, because you had nothing to hide.
Right.
They're going good. They're going.
Checkered past prior to joining Lockheed Martin. I assumed that there would be no chance in hell I would ever get clearance. They asked me very, revealing questions. Had I ever had sex with sheep or dogs? I mean, incredible
laggy.
Fucking drugs. The answer, yes. What kind? Almost every kind. How much? A lot. Have you ever sold drugs? Yes. So I assumed I'd never get the clearance, but I did, and it came in very...
During the mid-1980s, he read about the first known PC virus called the Pakistani brain. Then he hired a few programmers.
What's so funny? I don't find anything that is funny.
At the time, he was running an online BBS called Homebase, and he gave VirusScan away for free to Homebase users. For free, you say? How did he make money? Well, he's a crafty dude, so he added fine print stipulating that corporations had to pay for a license.
Office Space. I love fucking Office Space. That's a fucking awesome movie.
He was right. Soon he was getting more checks from companies than he had time to cash out. His next step was to establish McAfee Associates. To market his business, he appeared on news programs talking about the dangers viruses pose to the financial stake of the nation's largest companies.
For some reason.
His big break came in 1991, and it was thanks to the Michelangelo virus.
When you're looking for a biological virus, you use a microscope or some other laboratory device to try and identify the virus. But when you're looking for a computer virus, it's even more difficult because you can't see it at all.
Computer users won't be joining in all the celebrations for Michelangelo's birthday this Friday because on that day, a new and deadly
why is anyone trusting Bill Gates to fucking help us with this virus when he can't even help us with computer viruses, and that's his fucking speciality?
About to see is
fuck that guy.
destroying 80 million
Your mic
bits
is
of
going
information.
out.
This American student, Robert Morris, is one of the few virus authors who've been caught
Why
and
is
convicted.
Typically,
these
Internet's being a dick.
with a severe
emotional problem. You can't handle my truth.
Getting more difficult to detect and more destructive all the time.
But what's going to happen tomorrow? Nobody knows.
Well, what do you do if you think this might happen to your computer?
The Michelangelo virus was discovered in Australia. It was a boot sector virus that operated at the BIOS level of DOS systems. It was designed to lay dormant until it would strike on the 6th of March, on the same day as the famous Elvis birthday. McAfee prophesied that the virus could destroy as many as 5 million computers around the world. But once March 6th arrived, only 10 to 20,000 computers
Putting everything, just cut out everything, just say Australia.
McAfee was taken to task by the press and by his colleagues. Although
You might be a big accent.
Australia.
Yeah, that's how you say it, Australia.
Increased tenfold, and he controlled
No,
the
just
antivirus market. However, the investors wanted him out. The thing
No,
is,
don't say Oz, just say Australia. S-T-R-A-Y-A.
Contests, fights, and Wiccan ceremonies were the norm, and the company's spirit was a reflection of John's. Anyway, by 1992, the investors wanted to take the company to the next level, so they replaced him as CEO. Later, he cashed out for $100 million. By the way, if he just waited, he could have made quadruple that. That's because McAfee Associates eventually sold for $7 billion. Being a before-its-time chat program called Powwow, the rest of the 90s were a relatively quiet period for John McAfee. Okay, so, by the 2000s, his life starts to get weird. All of a sudden, he decided to become a yoga guru. He opened a yoga and meditation retreat in his 10,000 square foot, $25 million Colorado's Rock. There he housed 200 loyal disciples completely for free. And based off what
I couldn't wait. I just realized I got a chance off the delay. I forgot about it.
And jealousy is all about the fear of losing all of these pleasant things which you have obtained.
He wrote 4 books during this time, although he later denounced all of them. By 2003, he became bored of the life of a spirituality guru, so he decided to invent a sport.
Who the fuck does he think he is, honestly? Really? I can't never option to sit up there like that, paying a fucking ticket.
Millions he spent promoting the sport of aero trekking, tiny motorized kites that enthusiasts fly to explore the remotest corners of the country. For them,
I would be too
McAfee
scared
built
to do
this
that.
playground in the desert.
Within 4 years, he spent more than $11 million building a massive aero-trekking wonderland. There he built 4 airplane hangars, 2 airstrips, a 5-bedroom villa, a cafe, internet lounge, greenhouse, and an organic goods store. Additionally, the village was home to his collection of vintage cars worth an estimated $400,000. On top of all of that, he built a network of ports connecting remote areas of New Mexico to Arizona. He also established flight school, which was at the center of a wrongful death lawsuit that caused the whole thing to come crashing down. This happened after his 22-year-old nephew
Sounds just like what a fuck I'm
a canyon wall with a 61-year-old student named Robert Gilson. Gilson's family later sued McAfee for $5 million in a wrongful death lawsuit. They argued that McAfee was liable because he made Batou an instructor, even though he didn't have a pilot's license and only had about 65 hours of flight training. After another lawsuit from a man who tripped on his property, McAfee devised a plan to escape from his legal troubles. So in Tooth announced to the media that he was broke.
John McAfee.
Seriously, you can't consume. If I went there and I tripped on your property, I could see it.
With a fortune reported to $100
Fucking ridiculous.
He got
America.
into the
Like, if you tripped on my property, you're gonna sue me. I'd kick you in the face just because you said that.
Properties in Utah, doubled and tripled my money in a matter of months.
Like, seriously, I'm like, what the fuck? If you're gonna sue me, I'll give you a good reason to sue me.
Real estate became all McAfee amassed a trove of high-end properties across the U.S.
You were doing what everybody else was doing, only on a
I wouldn't have to do that.
scale.
Yes.
I have to get under my table. Hold on.
Things which really had no utility other than possibly as art. So it's house as art, which in a booming economy you might actually be able to sell and make some money. But in a recession,
he sold everything he owned on his massive aero-trekking complex.
Yeah, see, the funny thing is, when you're rich, you no longer crazy. When you're rich, you're eccentric.
That he was moving to Belize. This was
Good
all for
point.
show. As Joshua Davis puts it, he figured that if he were out of the country, he'd be less of a target. And he knew that, should he lose a case, it would be harder to collect money if he lived overseas. So that's it for part 1. Join me for part 2 when that comes out, and potentially for part 3 and possibly part 4. Sorry to cut it short, but there's a lot to cover here, and...
Alright, you guys want to watch more of this shit, or what do you want to watch? Give us some ideas.
I love that part at the end that he does at the end of all his videos.
Yeah, there was a guy in Australia, honestly, there was a guy in Australia, fucking some meth head broke into his house, and he fucking kicked the cunt to death, and he got fucking charged with manslaughter. Fucking bullshit.
Okay, so we should watch something really good because we can't go too much longer because I have banished my friend to my bedroom. I haven't really. She said she would go hang out in there because we're sharing my
No, I'm the bitch. Let's get going.
You told me you have to work, so...
No.
We started a playlist and then we never finished it. So somebody give me an idea of what to play. Oh, nobody has wrenches though, so they can't send. Kevin, pick the last video.
Yeah. Kev, you get the last video. He loves John McAfee.
Fuck yeah.
Does Hot Wife know about this John McAfee obsession you have?
There, now you sound really clear. I don't know why before you sounded so muffled. My internet is...
Because there was a bong in my way. I mean,
That's what she said.
I love you, Mary Jane. She never complains when I hit Mary. Pick up the screen. That's a good song.
Oh my dear. Okay. Kevin is not writing back very fast.
Yeah, I think there's a delay.
That's a good point.
Yeah, just chuck on any video. Fuck it.
That's not easy. Like, I go, let's go home. The best of the internet.
I'll go to as the key turns.
Oh.
Hello everyone, this is your yearly dose of internet. I had such a fun year making videos, and I wanted to make a video highlighting the absolute best clips from my YouTube channel from 2019. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the best of the internet from the past year.
Oh my god.
He's got the observer's got a video.
For unknown reasons, really wanted to shake hands with someone in the back of the plane.
I have got to send this. Whatever happened to Antoine Dodson? Oh, this is a good one. Hold on.
I want to shake his hand. That's all I want to do. All I want to do.
Oh, no.
Coming up right here, dude.
Funny guy, Kev. You're a funny guy.
2 and...
Honestly, what are you gonna do for that little mod fucking status, you know?
Oh no, I didn't want to do that.
This ain't the unknown
it's the hide your
channel.
kids,
You're gonna
hide
burn your fucking range here.
Wi-Fi? Sorry, I totally just talked over you. I apologize.
No, it's all good. You go. I'm just drunk. I'm just talking nonsense.
I just got excited because I just saw what Kev's video was. Okay, is this the right one?
Yeah, chuck it on. Chuck it on.
Because I couldn't take it straight from the chat because I'm doing the chat on my phone and I don't have the chat on the computer screen right now. Okay, I'm just gonna try this one. Let's see if this is it.
You know, guys, I think I've done you all a disservice. I'm over here hosting this YouTube channel that covers classic viral YouTube videos, and I haven't talked about probably the most iconic viral video of YouTube history. I'm talking about Antoine Dodson and the Bed Intruder song.
He's climbing in your windows.
Yeah, this is obvious. I'm subscribed to this cunt.
Hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they raping everybody out here.
On July 28th of 2010,
everybody out here.
Dodson was interviewed by a local Huntsville, Alabama news station for a story covering a situation in which a man broke into Dodson's home and alleged to sexually assault his sister. The suspect in question, or the bed intruder himself, was never actually charged with any crime. That's a story for later in the video. We'll get into it. But anyways, this rather eccentric interview clip featuring Antoine Dodson would end up going viral on YouTube, and he slowly found himself becoming
I'm ready for Josh.
once famous YouTube video song remixer Schmo Yoho, aka the Gregory Brothers, got their hands on Antoine Dodson's interview and Intruder's song. Antoine Dodson would go on to become one of the most beloved E-celeb time. And I think
Spiro,
most of
you
watching this
are
video
already
are
a
keenly
mod.
aware
I
of
made you a
Antoine
mod
Dodson.
on a
You're aware
stream
of the
like
Bed
3
Intruder
streams
song,
ago.
but what most people don't know is what happened to Antoine Dodson after the Bed Intruder song went viral on YouTube. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about in today's video. Whatever happened.
Yeah, that's because you want me. You have to be a mod to post the link.
I know. And I made you a mod like 3 streams ago.
Realized that there was some potential to monetize.
Yeah, no, I'm talking to honesty.
Oh.
And the two parties would
I
share the revenue
made
generated
him
from the Bed Intruder song on iTunes in a 50-50 split. And shortly after its July 3rd release date, the song was charting on the Billboard Hot 100 at number 89. And in some cases, the song was
Let's just get going.
By the time September had rolled around, Shmo Yoho and Antoine Dodson.
If your friend's getting antsy, just bring your friend in on the stream. Fuck it.
Copies on iTunes. And at 99 cents a download, that's not a shabby paycheck. Using the income from the Bed Intruder song, in addition with proceeds from T-shirt sales from his now defunct
I wish I had screens like Kevin did,
Dodson was
but
able
I'm
to move
using a
his
phone
family out
and
of the
another
Lincoln
screen.
Park projects to a safer neighborhood in an undisclosed location in Huntsville,
Oh, Kevin,
Alabama. They would be free of the looming threat of the still at-large Bed Intruder. As months passed, the Bed Intruder song continued to accrue more and more views on YouTube, and that is as an internet celebrity would be further solidified. And as 2011 came around, Dodson found himself being inundated with business offers. He would work to create a Bed Intruder Halloween costume, which included a red bandana and a wife beater, which ended up selling well around Halloween.
Terrible.
He was also paid to endorse a sex offender locator application for Android and iOS.
Help is on the way. Antoine Dodson here for the revolutionary sex offender tracker app.
On top of these business collaborations, he was getting TV appearance offers from Hollywood. And because of this, Dodson would decide to spend some time in California and would make appearances on TV shows like Tosh.0 and George Lopez Tonight. It was certainly an exciting time for him. And in early 2011, while Antoine Dodson was doing all these public appearance gigs, he was approached by a television production company to sort of formulate a show around his likeness and about him moving from Alabama to Hollywood.
Thank you, Josh Randall. Yeah, finger the like button.
Footage for this show, but the actual finished product never came to fruition.
So
now we're getting into the summer. The spice from the Bed Intruder song is still there. Antoine Dodson is still
finger bang it into the nut.
Television offers start to slow down, and the public appearance gigs pretty much cease. It was at this point where Antoine Dodson entered the strange purgatory state that many E-celebs find themselves in after them blowing up. The business offers begin to slow down, the source material begins to wane in popularity, and things begin to monetarily. It's a situation where it seemed like a traditional career in entertainment just fell in your lap, but people are faced with the reality of internet stardom as mainstream celebrity. Antoine Dodson was eventually forced to return back to his family in Huntsville, Alabama, where he would remain
my mom says I'm cool.
future. Months later, after moving back to Alabama, TMZ reported that Antoine Dodson had been arrested for possession of marijuana. Quote, Dodson was caught by Huntsville PD around 2:30 a.m. He was booked on a misdemeanor charge of possession of marijuana and released a short time after. According to the jail's website, Dodson was hit with a few other misdemeanor charges, 2 for failing to appear on a traffic charge, 1 for failing to have insurance, and 1 for speeding. He was then arrested again months later in September.
I think it's a riddle.
On September 24th of 2011, Dodson was pulled over in Huntsville for playing music from his car that could be heard farther than 50 feet away. The police found that he had an outstanding warrant for failing to appear in court after his April 23, 2011 arrest and took him into custody for the night. He was today on a $516 bond. After the back-to-back arrests in 2011, we wouldn't get a major update from Antoine Dodson until 2011 involved in this rather bizarre controversy between him and his fans after he
Kevin, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like a square corner of another
I'm no longer into homosexuality. I want a wife.
I think he wants you to full screen.
I want to multiply and raise and love my family that I create. I could care less about the fame and fortune.
Nick's lurking.
I've given all that
no,
up
I don't.
to know
I'd
the
be
true history of the
embarrassed.
Bible. For I am the true chosen Hebrew Israelite descendant of Judah. And as true Israel, I know that there are certain things...
Yeah, you don't want to get on his bad side. He'll fucking tear you a new one just over the fucking internet. Probably doesn't even need voice.
Deadbug knows how much I want him. I am true to the Legion. Legion forever.
Let's be delivered from the wickedness of the world and live the way we should. The Most High bless all and have a beautiful evening. Israel, wake up and take full power.
Now, to be honest, though, I'd almost want to piss him off just to get him to say something something funny. Pretty cool.
The reasoning behind Antoine Dodson disavowing his status as a homosexual man is that he became a black Hebrew Israelite and that lifestyle wasn't compatible with his new faith.
Antoine joins us now. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
He looks
Tell me,
so
you say
small.
you are, quote, no longer into homosexuality. What made you change your mind?
What?
You're no longer into homosexuality.
Just that, you know, like, I just been sitting at home. I've been having a lot of free time to myself.
He got enough dicks in his lifetime.
Good book, the Bible and stuff like that.
This caused a bit of outrage within the LGBTQ community and Dodson, with him losing followers.
He's been cured, praise the Lord.
But at the end of the day, it didn't really matter.
I did not
Apparently,
know
Dodson had come to the conclusion that he was no longer gay and he was a straight man, and there was nothing anyone could do or say to change his mind, and that's that. Fast forward to 2014. Remember the bed intruder? Yeah, well, he's still on the loose. Well, not really, because it turns out he wasn't trying to...
He raping everybody.
Dodson's sister at all. According to an interview with a man named Rashad Cooper, who claims to be the bed intruder, Cooper was romantically involved with Dodson's sister, and the two had gotten an
fucking Rashad. It's always fucking Rashad, isn't it?
Cooper jumping out of the window after Dodson's sister started throwing objects at him. Here's a quote from Cooper. I was at the house chilling one day, just me and Kelly. She tried to do something for yet. All of a sudden, she got mad and bipolar and started throwing stuff trying to fight me.
She got mad and bipolar.
How about that window? A mad woman? Play with them.
She just got bipolar, eh? I didn't know that's how bipolar works.
To challenge Antoine Dodson
pretty sure it's
to
not.
a boxing match.
Like,
Quote, I was on Facebook one day and saw a link about Antoine wanting to do some
But
fighting.
he didn't do nothing wrong. He didn't do nothing wrong. He was a good boy.
Those who wait. So I contacted the promoter and told him I want to settle something. I'm the alleged intruder. He asked if I was serious, then contacted Antoine and we set it up. I'm looking forward to it. Still mad. Everything he said was a lie. He destroyed
I know
my
it is.
life.
That's why
All
I'm
dirt
hiding
comes out
it
in
at the
wash.
bottom.
First off, he's gonna get knocked out. He's gonna wind up crying after the beatdown I give him. Tell your wife, tell your husband, tell your kids, this is going to be the best celebrity knockout you'll ever see in your life. On
Spiro,
October 30th,
can
it was
you
announced
still
that a boxing
see
match between Cooper and Dodson
my
would indeed go down
stuff on
November
Skype?
4th, with the event being televised on ETV via pay-per-view.
No, it's
Before the
great.
fight commenced its plan.
So it
Antoine
hasn't been
Dodson
sharing the
versus Rashad
screen with
Cooper.
you?
Play the clips.
No, I just see what, like, the video of YouTube. That's all I fucking see.
Yeah, so you're like watching the video through my thing, right?
Yeah. Like, I'll tell you if there was anything incriminating.
Oh no, because Kevin was saying if I was trying to share screens on Skype, and that's what we're doing.
I think, what? Are we going to get him in here? I think you get him in here.
So yeah, the Antoine Dodson won the... If you ask me, it looks like Rashad Cooper is sandbagging just a little bit. You know, there might be a small chance that this entire fight is staged. Really isn't the bed intruder.
Alright, what's the next video?
Guys, I'm just a YouTube commentator, so don't take my word for it. I'm an idiot. This thing is 100%. We'll just have to take Rashad Cooper and Antoine Dodson's word that this is indeed the real bed intruder. It just looks so fake. This wouldn't be the last time Ant stepped into the ring. He was later part of a celebrity boxing match against actor and TV producer Joe Rubo. And in this fight, Antoine got TKO'd and lost the event, which cost $100 to watch, might I add. And after
Who would
those
pay
boxing matches
$100
in
to watch
2014, there really hasn't been much that's happened in Antoine Dodson's life. He launched a Kickstarter several years ago in the hopes of launching a reality TV show about his life with the goal of $38,000, but it was never reached. In fact, it only got $766. And according to a 2018 interview with BET, Dodson claims he now works as a substitute teacher in the Huntsville School District. He occasionally uploads vlogs to his YouTube channel, Antoine Dodson 24, and seems to be enjoying the calmer life of a former internet superstar gone back to a somewhat normal person. I think Antoine Dodson is a prime example of how short the limelight of being an e-celebrity really is. At first, it seems like you'll be able to
probably my Australian internet leaking out over there and fucking with your shit.
It really never pans out that way.
No, it's better in here than it is in my other room, but it's like I have to use a hotspot that's for like
with his last attempt seeming
like
somewhat
a
desperate
big
with the
area
boxing
in
matches.
my
But at the end of the day, man, you can't really blame him for
here.
trying to make a buck off of his image. And before I go, I want to point something out. It sure is a shame that all of Antoine Dodson's videos on his YouTube channel are filmed vertically and have no editing whatsoever.
I'm surprised it's lasted so good.
Squandered potential. If only he had access to a vast bank of tutorial videos that could show him how to use editing software like Adobe Premiere and Final Cut Pro to take his channel to the next level. What vast collection of tutorial videos am I?
Yeah, I was going to say, no, my internet's usually pretty damn shit down here.
Skillshare, of course. Skillshare is an online learning community for creators with more than 25,000 classes in video editing, music production, business, and much, much more. Premium membership gives you unlimited access so you can join classes and communities that are just right for you. A class I recommend is Video Editing with Adobe Premiere for Beginners by Jordy Vandeput, which would be a great start for not just Antoine, but anyone wanting to learn how to edit videos for YouTube. If you're looking to pick up a new skill for one of your creative endeavors or just want to generally expand your knowledge on a specific subject...
Yeah, do you want to know the lotto numbers, Josh?
Right now, Skillshare is giving away a free 2-month unlimited access trial to the first 500 people who click the link in the description box. And after that, it's just $10 a month. So check that link out. But anyways, guys,
how can you be tired? It's only like 3:30 in the afternoon.
It's almost midnight here.
It's almost midnight here.
I had the longest day. I told you
shout out to my
that.
patrons, Wavy
It was busy.
Yeah, no, I'm being a cunt. I'm being a cunt.
You're not being a cunt. Alright, guys. If anybody has one more, we could do one more. But then we gotta call it a night-night because I don't have the streaming stamina that Kev does. I'll get there. I'll get there. But this has been fun. I've had fun. Have you had fun?
I've had fun. I've had a very good afternoon.
I'm glad to hear that. I've had a nice evening. So yeah, this actually is.
Alright guys, you guys have a good one?
Everybody.
Everyone enjoy themselves?
Yeah, you go.
Yeah, no, cheers for coming around. Love having you here. And fucking have a good one. He's all come back now. Are you here?
There you go. Easy as. Have a good night.
Hey,
love you all. You're beautiful. You're all beautiful swans.
Be majestic and fly. Spread your wings. Spread your wings.
Now I gotta figure out how to end the live stream.